Now on CoastTV News.
A young beached whale near Bethany and MERR's next steps as the site draws onlookers.
Demolition date confirmed, when you'll see walls coming down and why it's taking so long.
Parking restrictions on Railroad Avenue in Selbyville, where to avoid parking and what the fines are.
Keep the rain gear handy. Showers developing this evening and then a yellow alert Saturday for heavier rain, followed by blustery and colder conditions into Sunday. I'll track it all on Futurecast coming up next.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Crews working on this dead humpback whale near Bethany Beach today. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis in for Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with the latest beach whale here on the coast.
MERR says the young humpback whale washed ashore yesterday near Bethany Beach after it was first spotted 2 days earlier floating off the Indian River Inlet. As CoastTV reporter Emma Aiken shows us, MERR is now working to determine the whale's cause of death.
It's an unusual sight, but not unknown here on the coast. MERR says this 30-foot young humpback whale beached near Bethany Thursday. You can see the male's swollen tongue here. Friday, MERR, with the help of heavy machinery from DENREC, moved the mammal out of the water and onto the beach. Michael Rayan was strolling on the sand and stopped to check out the scene.
It's nature doing its thing, and it's sad, but it's how we all, it all happens.
You can see crews here working to perform a necropsy, which is an autopsy for animals, in hopes of determining the cause of death. Carol Spencer is curious to hear those results.
It's a part of nature depending on how it died when they find out. I mean, if it swallowed a plastic bag, it'll make me angry. But if it had a disease and it,
For similar situations in the past, crews have buried beached whales beneath the sand, a process that goes back into helping the ecosystem. Onlookers watching as majesty and tragedy fills the air. In Bethany Beach, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
And you may remember a 30-foot, 14-ton humpback whale washed ashore at Conquest Road at Delaware Seashore State Park last year. This video is of the scene in March 2025. Now, according to the MERR Institute, the young female was later buried. As Emma said, it can help the ecosystem by allowing other organisms to feed on it.
The city of Rehoboth Beach has officially set a new timeline for the One Rehoboth Avenue hotel project. The city says structural damage around surrounding buildings pushed back the demolition, now scheduled for September. People that live in Rehoboth Beach have some mixed feelings about the timeline.
The construction going on for a long period of time we don't think is beneficial for anyone.
All this will be done in the off-season this coming fall, and it won't disrupt the visitors, the tourists who are coming to the town.
When it is all said and done, the hotel is going to have 4 floors, an underground parking garage and retail space on the first floor. The city now says before summer 2028, that hotel will be done. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what matters most to you about that Dolle's building delay.
Let's look at the results. 9% say fewer summer closures, 4% businesses return chance. Most people saying Rehoboth's appearance or construction being done the right way.
And if you have a vote, or if you want to go vote, you can do that at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. Now let's take a live look outside into Dover as we check in with our First Alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey. Bob, what's the weekend got for us?
Good evening, Charlie. Yeah, we've got rain on the way as we head into the weekend. An incredibly mild Friday with temperatures into the 60s today, still lower 60s from Willards to Georgetown, Millsboro 61. A little cooler at the beach, is only 49 in Rehoboth right now, 54 in Bethany Beach, as we're seeing a southerly breeze, not all that strong, but we're seeing gusts at times close to 20 miles per hour as we're seeing a lot of clouds right now. Keep the rain gear handy because we're already seeing showers moving into the eastern shore, back through Annapolis and Baltimore, and there's more farther to the west, so we'll be seeing these showers on and off as we have a warm front heading our way through the overnight hours, and you can see that rain extending farther to the south and west. Here's Futurecast showing the rain as we go through this evening. Won't be raining all the time. It's going to stay mild, and we could see some fog developing late tonight into tomorrow morning. As we're looking at the day part forecast, once again, occasional rain through tonight, then a yellow alert tomorrow for heavier rain, and then colder on Sunday. More in your forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks for that, Bob. Well, the town of Selbyville adopted new parking restrictions this week by the MERR Farms plant in hopes of improving safety. The restrictions stretch from both the west and east sides of Railroad Avenue from Cemetery Road to West McCabe Street. But Selbyville officials say no crosswalk forces MERR employees to walk in the road there, and community members are conflicted about the changes.
Yeah, but sometimes I will notice because it makes me see and look at my watch to know what time it is. But sometimes I'm watching them come as early as 3:30 and sit and wait.
You've got the whole road available. It's not like they're parked in the middle of the road, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's no issues for me. And I use that road 3 or 4 times a day.
We're told the fine for the parking restrictions is about $10.
With Maryland already facing a $1 billion budget deficit, Governor Wes Moore is proposing a record $10.2 billion of taxpayer money for Maryland's K-12 public schools as part of his fiscal year 2027 budget. The proposal is an increase of more than $373 million compared to last year's budget. The budget includes nearly $11 million for new academic excellence programs and more than $480 million for school construction projects.
A candlelight vigil is planned in Dover on Sunday, January 11th at 4 p.m. at Legislative Hall. It's to mourn the loss of Renee Good, who was shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis on Wednesday. The peaceful vigil will be held by the Delaware Democratic Socialists of America and other organizations. Meanwhile, in Washington, Democratic lawmakers are calling for the Trump administration to testify before Congress. It comes after federal agents shot 3 people during immigration raids this week.
But now, as NBC's Melanie Zanona shows us, officials in Minnesota and Oregon are calling for independent investigations into the shootings as angry Americans protest in the cities across the country.
Tonight, more protests in cities across the country after federal agents shot 3 people over the past 2 days. In Minneapolis, the mayor there pushing back after several Trump administration officials quickly concluded the shooting of Renee Good by ICE agent Jonathan Ross Wednesday was justified. Vice President J.D. Vance saying this on Thursday.
The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car and that guy acted in self-defense. That is why she lost her life, and that is the tragedy.
The fact that Pam Bondi's Department of Justice and this presidential administration has already come to a conclusion about those facts is deeply concerning.
Officials in Minnesota say federal investigators are excluding state and local police from the investigation.
They called Renee a domestic terrorist before they even knew her name. That does not look like fairness to me.
In Portland, Oregon, the Department of Homeland Security says a Border Patrol agent shot 2 people during a traffic stop Thursday, targeting an alleged Venezuelan gang member. DHS saying the driver weaponized his vehicle and attempted to run over agents when they identified themselves. Portland's mayor demanding ICE halt operations pending an investigation.
We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past.
On Capitol Hill, House Democrats on the Homeland Security Committee want Trump administration officials to be called in to testify.
You try to give the people in charge of the agency an opportunity to come talk. And that's what our request is. Come talk to us. Let us know what's going on, what's your position.
In recent days, congressional Democrats have talked about using the annual appropriations process to rein in ICE operations using the annual budget for the Department of Homeland Security. But Republican Speaker Mike Johnson asked about that idea today, said it would be terrible, and said we should not be limiting money to the Department of Homeland Security at such a dangerous time. Melanie Zanona, NBC News, Washington.
Pouring red sand, an act to raise awareness for National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month.
We saw temperatures well above normal today. 63 the high. Normally we should be at 45, and the record was 69. Our low today was 30 degrees. Congratulations to our umbrella winner. It's Diane Althouse from Dagsboro, and congratulations from CoastTV and Paul Davis. We've got a stormy Saturday and then colder Sunday. More on your forecast coming up a little bit later on.
But first, from the arcade to the ocean, there's some adventure waiting for you this weekend. Stay tuned for your cool things to do up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
This weekend fun is the name of the game. Hit the arcade, spot some seals, or maybe play some bingo. Christina DeRobertis, she's got your cool things to do.
If your New Year's resolution is to have more fun in 2026, this is a great weekend for you. Let's begin at Zelke's Beach Arcade in Rehoboth. They're hosting a play-a-thon starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday. It's all games, prizes, and giveaways. And let's be honest, no one is too old for skee-ball. Or if you're more into coastal wildlife, you can grab a jacket and head out with Cape Water Tours. Seal season is here, and the MERR Institute will be on board to tell you all about these cute little creatures. That's at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Over at Cape Henlopen State Park, you've got options. Saturday at 11, there's art in the park, a chance to walk the trails and sketch the natural world. Or if your weekend plans include a wagging tail, Sunday's pack walk at Gordon's Pond is a great excuse to get outside. All breeds are welcome, leashes are required, and the walk gets moving right at 11 a.m. And Saturday night in Millsboro, it's time for Designer Bag Bingo. The event starts at 5:30 at the Indian River Fire Hall. Proceeds support the Millsboro Bagel Bombers. That's a travel baseball team. For all the details, you can head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
It certainly has been a nice break from the winter cold the past few days, and today, no exception. We had temperatures well above normal, 63 in Georgetown, 64 in Salisbury, a little cooler at the beaches, 56 in Ocean City and Wallops Island at 58 degrees. We've got changes heading into the weekend. Here's our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Now, tonight, we're looking at showers developing. It's not going to be an all-night rain, kind of occasional rain developing, some patchy fog, and temperatures falling from the 50s into the 40s. Then this weekend, it's going to be stormy on Saturday, at least soggy. I have a yellow alert for the possibility of some local flooding, so we'll watch for that with some heavier rain, and we'll see temperatures in the 50s and 60s, then turning colder and blustery as we go into your Sunday. But right now, still mild out there, 60 in Georgetown, Rednet 63, 60 in Del Mar, but much cooler at the beaches, 49 in Rehoboth, 47 in Ocean City. So make sure you bundle up at the coast. That is where it's cold, as we're looking at a southerly breeze right now, around 5 to 15 miles per hour, and gusts close to 15, but not super windy yet. We're looking at clouds thickening up right now, even some showers across the eastern shore, and those extend back into the Baltimore area and D.C. as well. And those will be making their way to the east as we go through this evening, as a warm front is lifting to the north. And then farther to the south and west, I think we're going to be looking at low pressure developing across the southeast, and then that will enhance the rain as we go into Saturday with the potential for some heavier rain. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. For this evening, it's occasional rain and still very mild. Temperatures in the 60s, then falling back into the 50s. Watch for some patchy fog overnight into Saturday morning. And then later Saturday morning, that's when we'll start to get into some of that heavier rain. Maybe a rumble of thunder too. Watch for ponding on the roads, especially in poor drainage areas, as we're going to see temperatures in the 40s with the raw southeast breeze, and still pretty rainy as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. So that's why we have a yellow alert in place, and still some showers Saturday evening and maybe very early Sunday. Then we'll see a cold front coming through, clouds in the morning, and then it's going to get colder. In fact, only into the mid to upper 40s in the afternoon with maybe a stray shower. As far as rainfall amounts, some places maybe an inch to an inch and a half of rain. Other places a little lower. Depends where that rain lines up. Now, Saturday it's going to be a washout from Lewis to Dewey Beach and Chincoteague. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s with Ocean City at 53, and the winds coming in off the ocean as we go into Saturday afternoon, then into the evening, picking up out of the south, and then with that front on Sunday, those winds getting strong once again. Our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, it's going to get colder again with below normal temperatures the end of next week into the weekend, and it's going to get stormy too, we think. Now, as we go into the end of the week into Thursday, we've could be seeing some rain and snow. This is still up in the air. This is still a week out. And then we could see a second storm move in as we go into next weekend. So it's definitely going to get active and colder. Tonight, 46, occasional showers with patchy fog, and then 56 tomorrow. Rain likely, heavy at times. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 47 Sunday, 43 on Monday, lower 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. There's that rain snow threat as we go into Thursday, 42, and then colder on Friday. Mix of sun and clouds and a high of 37.
Got it. Thank you again, Bob. Well, January is National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and Smyrna leaders took to the sidewalks today to raise awareness through the Red Sand Project. Town leaders and community members filled cracks outside the police station with red sand. Others took home bags to fill their sidewalks at their homes and local businesses. Leaders say the red sand represents victims who often go unseen, while raising awareness about human trafficking, an ongoing problem in Delaware that often happens behind closed doors.
It's very important not only to see victims for who they are, which are people, right? And they're less divided than we think they are. They're members of our society. But to also make traffickers aware that we do see the cracks in the system, we're actively fixing them.
Smyrna officials say anyone interested in participating can contact the town for information on picking up sand, and the sand will be available to the community and local businesses until the end of January. War on the Shore returns to Ocean City this weekend. It's Maryland's biggest high school wrestling event. More than 40 teams will compete across 12 mats at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center in Ocean City. That's Friday and Saturday. Fans can jump between all 12 mats in real time and catch full replays on demand, all on DSN+. For subscription information, head to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com or scan this QR code on your screen right now.
And it's not just the guys on the mats, our team at DSN working hard on that one. And coming up tonight on DSN at 8:30 p.m., Y-High takes on Chincoteague in boys basketball. Then catch the final score at 10:30 p.m. And coming up next, DelDOT's ongoing effort to keep Delaware litter-free continued in 2025. How many bags of trash were picked up? Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
More than 80,000 bags of trash were picked up throughout 2025 as part of DelDOT's ongoing effort to keep Delaware litter-free. The cleanup was performed by DelDOT's maintenance and operations employees, Adopt a Highway sponsor, and the Work a Day, Earn a Day program, also the Delaware Department of Corrections Inmate Work Program. They removed over 4,000 tires, more than 5,000 signs, and more than 100 appliances from the side of the roads in Delaware.
The U.S. economy added about 50,000 jobs last month. That is the estimate released Friday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's down from the 64,000 jobs that were added in November. The number also falls short of the 55,000 new jobs that economists were expecting. Analysts blame trade and immigration policy, inflation, and high interest rates. BLS also reported an unemployment rate of 4.4%, down from November's four-year high of 4.6%.
Now we're looking live outside into Laurel, and we have one more check on your forecast coming up right after the break.
Make sure you have the raincoat and umbrella heading out on this Friday evening. We are seeing showers moving in from the I-95 corridor, now making their way into the eastern shore and then overspreading the rest of the area as we go into the evening hours. Won't be a continuous rain, but occasional rain as we go through the evening. Maybe some fog overnight and pretty mild temperatures as well, as we're staying pretty much in the 50s. Remember to call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. The number is 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We do have a yellow alert for Saturday for rain. Some of that rain could be heavy at times. That's why I have a yellow alert. So watch for the possibility of some local flooding. And then it's much colder Sunday, 47, and then dry through Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures in the 50s. Then it gets more active by the end of the weekend to the weekend. Maybe some rain and snow on Thursday, too early to tell, 42. And then cold into the weekend, maybe a more significant system. That could bring us some rain and snow into next weekend, into Sunday, with a high of 40 and then much colder after that. So not done with winter by any means.
Not just yet. Thank you, Bob, and thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.